Hey, what's up guys? Fish Tank Mike here. Today we're going to be adding about, I think, 50 new fish to the Jurassic Park angelfish tank. But first, guys, it is now one day after we finished the setup of this aquarium. So this is in the past relative to what this whole video is going to be, but I just wanted to show you what 24 hours of the sand going through the waterfall does in regards to the cloudiness of the tank. Not the greatest situation, but like I mentioned in that video probably a million times, it's just going to take a little bit of time to remedy that. But only a day in, and we can see this sand waterfall has been working perfectly going through. You can see how the stuff that's going through the sandfall is starting to get a little bit more tan, so that white coating is coming off. Hopefully you can see that. It's pretty apparent in person, but not sure what the camera's going to do. So this waterfall over here, I just got it restarted actually, but it did not survive the night, and there is a little bit of some loss of sand over the side here, and you can see that action right there. That happens every once in a while, and that stuff escapes. So if that continues for, you know, several hours, it'll eventually run out of sand. So what we're going to do today, in addition to a bunch of other things that are probably way more exciting, we're going to take a little bit of Monte Carlo. Well, first we're going to drain the tank down just so this part is dry. We're going to remove the sand. We're going to take a little bit of Monte Carlo, super glue it on there, and then hopefully that's enough to stop this from drying up. Fast forward a couple days, guys, and look at this baby. Look at how clear she is. And look at those sand waterfalls. Man, this thing, it looks really, really good right now. About probably as clear as you could make it. It looks just as clear as this tank over here. The secret to that clearness is obviously this thing. And I can't remember what brand it is, if it's like Marineland or whatever. This is the pump that we put in the original sand waterfall like 2 years ago or whenever we set that thing up. I can't believe I still have this thing. I had to dig it out of like some bin that just has a bunch of pumps and other things that I don't use anymore, but this thing has worked crazy good. So this thing is super strong. Like, it shoots water. I don't know how many gallons per hour it is. That's why we have this big sponge over it, just so it doesn't disrupt the calmness of this thing. But inside this chamber is not just a regular aquarium sponge or anything like that. It literally has this filter that looks like a car air filter. Okay, so it's doing a really good job, obviously, at grabbing up all the particles that are floating around in here. Before we put this thing in, I did try a couple other things. I tried just putting on like an HOB filter overnight. Didn't really do anything. I tried putting in some of the clarifying agent that Fritz makes, the flocculating agent, right, to see if it would bind up some of those particles. That didn't work either. Not really meant for that sort of a thing. But anyway, we find, you know, thankfully we have this thing. It totally solved all the cloudiness. Did a water change last night, and then was expecting to come out and see, you know, it being the same way, but this totally saved us, and it makes the tank look awesome. So what we're going to do is take this thing off. We'll go through, we'll add the fish to the tank, we'll shoot that all over the course of a day, and then we'll see if by removing this it keeps it this way. So let's do that. We'll unplug this thing, and then a little bit later in the video you'll see if it worked. Tomorrow I'm getting in the first batch of microfiber cloths. It'll be available on the store, guys, so go head over to the sticker store and see what's up. One of them is going to have our new angelfish, our ultimate angelfish design on there. I don't know, we'll see how good they look. The cloth that has the angelfish is red, so the design on this isn't going to be as pronounced as that, but then the other one's going to have the AQUAPROS new kind of fish logo. So I don't have them to show you here today in this video, but they should be live. You can check them out again on the store. We need to do a little bit of cleaning to this tank. It's looking a little foggy in there, so we want to change the water. I want to scrape the back glass. We're gonna have to bust out a tool for that because that's way back there. I can't reach that. And then once we kind of clear up the water, get everything ready, then we'll go ahead and we'll dump our new fish in here, okay? It should be super simple, fast process because the water temperature here is the same as the tank that the fish are in, and we've had our fish for like a month. I've been holding out on you guys. We've had these for a while. They've been in, you know, QT. Too much quarantining going on these days. I want to change the language on that because it's just so annoying. But yeah, we're gonna get them in here in a minute. So while this is happening, guys, let's go ahead, let's take a quick peek around the fish room. Guys, I can actually walk around the fish room, okay? We've been doing a little bit of cleaning. We still have a lot to do, but this is what it used to look like. And, you know, slowly but surely, we're gonna get it here. We're gonna make it look really nice down here. We still have this whole mess going on over here. It's a process. But check it out, guys. The original Jurassic Park tank that was covered in algae, just absolutely consumed by it, is now pretty much all cleaned up. There's still a little bit of stuff in here, but the tank's looking pretty good. We have the shrimp in here somewhere, and our fish are always hiding in the back. That's just the way that they are in this tank, and that's okay. I think it looks pretty good. We need to give this thing a haircut. We're gonna do that here in just a second. But the bamboo, still doing good. Still have some spider mites kind of left over in the jar here. They're hanging out. This tank is doing pretty good. No filter on it. The fish that were in here were in QT because it had some kind of weird disease going on. I couldn't save them. Gave them a ton of medication. Still didn't help. So not really sure what the story with that is. We're gonna let this tank just have nothing in it for you know, a few weeks, maybe a month or so, just to make sure that there's nothing contagious in there. They could transfer to some other fish, and then we'll put something cool in there. This video, the experiment video, it'll be coming out here pretty soon. I'm about to wrap up kind of like the main filming portion of it. I might get assassinated for putting this video out, so just to let you guys know, I'm fine, nothing's wrong with me. We'll see. This tank, obviously doing really good. The Ancient Gardens mini tank, super happy with it. A little bit of cyanobacteria popping up in here. Seems to be kind of a common theme down here in my fish room, at least with whatever my water parameters are. You know, soft water and whatever else contributes to that. But I just stay up on it. We get down in here like this and prevent it from spreading, try and suck most of it out, and then of course we use the blue-green algae remover to kind of crush that out, stomp it out rather, and that does work pretty good. I just haven't done it on this tank yet. So we are going to be getting fish for this tank and probably for the sand waterfall tank, and we'll have some more room in the holding tank to put something else for eventually somewhere else. I'm going to be going to the fish store tomorrow to pick some stuff out. You know, if you have some last minute fish requests, put them down in the comments and maybe some of them will make the cut. Wine glass is good. The guppies are doing well. Haven't showed this thing off in a while, but there it is. And then we have this tank, the first one that we started out with, guys. And I'll be honest, it was kind of a rushed setup. You know, we didn't have enough substrate here. I really wanted to use these two pieces of wood that I had gotten recently, but not gonna lie, this one's not really sticking with me. So I'm contemplating what we could remake this tank as. We're not gonna give up just yet, but if you get closer, you can see that we have quite a bit of a few different types of algae in here. The problem, I think, stemmed from the fact that a lot of the boost that we pulled from the old forest tank had a lot of algae on it already, and I was kind of rolling the dice whether or not that algae would stick or not. Sometimes you get lucky, and if you transfer it to a new tank with a different water chemistry, that algae is not going to survive, but it looks like that wasn't the case for this stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that I want this to be an Avatar style tank. I know you guys have seen that before, and I hope that's not too repetitive. I know all three of these tanks, if we did that, would be escapes that we've kind of done before, but it's really what I want to do. So I think we're gonna do it, and I hope that doesn't bug you too much. Maybe, you know, if I come up with a better idea, I'll float it to you guys and see what you think. But I'm leaning towards an Avatar style, maybe a desert theme again with some cactuses, cacti, as you should say. But I don't know, let me know what you think. My timer for this tank is totally off, guys, so we gotta go ahead and we gotta grab these guys out of this pink water and get them over into their new home across the room, past the Velociraptor with no tail. And I just spent like, I don't even know, 30 minutes trying to get all the duckweed out of here just so we don't transfer anything. But let's go ahead, let's grab these rummy nose tetras and let's see how they look in the new tank. You know, I figured that the angelfish would be more defensive and a little bit, at least a little bit more interested in the addition of the rummy nose tetras, and especially the rainbow fish. I wasn't gonna originally put them in, but I happened to scoop them up and I thought, hey, why not? It'll be a fun little experiment to see how the angelfish do with a little bit of a bigger fish. But yeah, they're just kind of hiding in the back, doing the thing that they did when we initially put them in the first few days. They're just kind of scared of what's going on. So I don't know, we'll give them some time. We'll have to keep this situation monitored, guys, and make note of how this is going to go. I want to have more of the rummy nose in here, so I'm thinking like at least 50 more of them. But we're gonna wait, we're gonna see how the angels react to these guys. We'll give them a few days here to see how things are gonna go, and then we'll make a decision at that point. I decided to go with rummy nose just because I thought they would blend in with this scape well. You know, they're not a very loud fish. You can obviously see them because they have that nice bright red face, but they're silver. You know, they kind of match the Altums that are, yes, still hiding in the back. And I've always just really liked rummy nose tetras. I think they're the best schooling fish, especially when you're looking at tetras, and they're awesome, and I haven't had them in a while. So I think they're gonna be a good fit for this tank. Let me know what you think down in the comments, guys. And I think with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Hopefully the next time you see this tank, I can have a positive report and maybe some more fish to put in here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the sticker cling magnet store, and again, check and see if those microfiber cloths are in stock. They should be by the time you see this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. I almost forgot, guys, but I got you. So the lights are turning off down here. It's getting pretty late, but the tank looks pretty clear. It might be a little bit cloudy though compared to what it was earlier with the filter on there. So I don't know, it might be a little bit too soon. We might have to put it on, but I'm gonna go to bed, and the real test will be tomorrow. Unfortunately, that won't be in the video today, but I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned and watch the continuation of this tank and see how it goes. The Monte Carlo is, it's hard to tell if it's maybe not doing too hot or if it's just some sand particles that are on it, but it looks a little pale, which I'm not super happy about, but we got to give it some time. We got to be patient. So, all right, guys, now the video is officially over. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.